This is Chris Pendleton, real estate professional with Tierra Antigua Realty in beautiful Tucson, Arizona. With me today is my partner Shannan Marty. Welcome to this edition of our Friday Update. The Friday Update is designed to bring time-sensitive real estate information to buyers and sellers of real estate. In this edition, I wanted to talk with you about Chase embracing and promoting short sales as an alternative to foreclosure.
Why do you think Chase, as well as other lenders, are now promoting short sales as an alternative to foreclosure?
Shannan, I think that the lenders have finally realized that short sales are a better alternative to foreclosure. The banks really don't want to own property. They're in the business to actually give mortgages. And I think that the banks have realized that they make more money at the end of the day doing a short sale than they do actually with a foreclosure. And so what we've been seeing is that the banks are starting to embrace and actually streamline their processes to get more approvals in a faster amount of time. We recently attended an event sponsored by Chase in Phoenix, where Chase invited about 1,000 agents from Phoenix and a small number of agents from Tucson. Why don't you tell me about the event?
Well, Chris, I was very impressed with the event that Chase hosted. I was particularly impressed with the level of executives that they had at the event, because I think that shows their commitment to this. In attendance was Kevin Waters, the National Retail Lending Executive for Chase. Also Brian Stablin, the Vice President for National REO Properties. Also Bonnie Boards, the Vice President and the Senior Manager for Consumer Advocacy. And Marshall Vest, the Director of Economic and Business Research Center at the University of Arizona.
Okay, so why don't you give me two takeaways? We obviously attended this event last week and a whole evening in Phoenix. Why don't you give me two things that you walked away with from this event?
There were two things that I thought were particularly of interest. First was, it truly seems like Chase is making a major institutional commitment to getting short sales approved more rapidly and expediting their processes. I was very pleased to see that. The second item was, one of the speakers was talking about the half a short sale process and noted that only 9% of applicants for half a short sale are being approved at this point in time. So I'm really hoping that those numbers can go up, but I think it's one of the things people considering short sales need to know. Chris, what were your takeaways from this event? I
think that the two takeaways that I got from this particular event is, first of all, Chase's commitment to doing short sales. During the event, we had an opportunity to talk to several high-level people within the Chase organization and gave them our recommendations and thoughts about what they need to do in order to streamline the process so they can get a larger number of short sales approved and actually do it in a quicker amount of time. The second, the second takeaway that I had is actually that it was an interesting fact that Marshall Vest noted that over half of the homeowners in Arizona are actually in negative equity, and that Arizona has actually begun showing signs of early stages of recovery. He did note that it was going to be a long and slow recovery, and the chance of a nationwide recession is still there, which could potentially hamper that. Anything else to add on the event, Shannan?
Yeah, it was a great event, and I felt like we learned a lot from our attendance.
Okay. That's it for this edition of our Friday Update. When faced with a foreclosure is probably one of the biggest financial crises that a homeowner or someone can have in their lifetime. And it's imperative that you work with an agent that is experienced and in short sales and specializes and have a proven track record. That's it, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, have a great weekend.